Hello, everybody. Casey Cavell here, president of Always Open Storage. Today, I just wanted to share with you a story that I've been going through for the last month here since I moved to beautiful Chicago. I got an apartment here. I fly in and out of Chicago often, looking at different consulting jobs at self-storage facilities across the country. And I wanted to spend a lot of time here in the city and network and work with the community. So I got an apartment, really nice apartment, fifth floor here. Got a nice view over the city, and first thing when I moved in, got my office organized and everything ready to go, and I sit down and I hear this dog barking right next door. I got a $3 million condo right next door, beautiful place, and it's undergoing some renovations. So I hear this dog barking, very annoying, hard for me to focus on my work at hand. So I go next door, nobody's there. Dog continues to bark, and this goes on for about 2 days. Well, when it comes down to it, ended up calling the police. Didn't know what else to do. Noise violation. Let my apartment manager know, and they just said call the police. So called the police. The police basically said that they could not give anybody a ticket if they could not find the owner of the property. So called the police 3 days in a row at the instruction of the police. And what they ended up coming down to was call the animal patrol. I called the animal control. Put in a ill-humane treatment of dogs. Because these dogs, they stay over there. They're not fed. They're not watered. They're just over there 24 hours a day, really barking most of it. And I've never seen anybody over there. It's a really sad situation. And what it came down to was I had to do something that somebody else wasn't willing to do, and that was to go the extra yard. Talked with other people in my building, and they all said that this has been going on for years. Talked to the apartment management company, and they said they've had numerous complaints filed, and nothing's happened. This individual has never gotten a ticket because they could never find him. So what did I do? Well, I'm kind of a go-getter, and I don't take no for an answer. So I went over there, knocked on his door, kind of peeked in the window, and I saw a piece of mail in there, and it had a gentleman's name on it. So what I ended up doing was Googling that name, Googled his name, Chicago, Illinois, and found out that that person worked at an investment company that he actually ended up owning downtown Chicago. So what I ended up doing after calling the police, and they said they couldn't do anything, after calling into the Humane Society and they couldn't do anything, and after calling it into animal control and saying that they could not come out because they're understaffed and under budgeted, there was really nothing that anybody could do, or myself. So it was a sad situation. I would go over there, look at the dogs. They were in a sad place. They were cold because they're outside in Chicago in the middle of winter. They weren't fed right. Their hair was falling off, and it was sad. And I wanted to do something, not only for myself and the peace of my neighbors, but for these dogs as well. So ended up, went out there, Googled and looked and just looked in any other place I could to find out who the owner of this property was and how I could contact them. Took me about 2 hours, and within that amount of time, finally got the owner on the phone. And boy, it was a discussion that I'm glad I had, because one, I let him know it was not right what he was doing, and two, he needed to definitely take action. And after that conversation, I am 100% confident that this issue has been taken care of. And after a 3.5 year problem with this owner, nobody else ever had a chance to get a hold of this owner because nobody lived there. Just the dogs were watching the house, and they were being treated poorly. But you know what? I didn't stop. I didn't take no for an answer. I spent some time. I did some due diligence. And you know what? I just kept calling until I found out exactly what I wanted. And you know what? The issue is now solved. After 3.5 years, I've been in this apartment for 30 days now, and it's now done. So I like to pride myself on getting things done. And sometimes you have to think creatively, think outside the box, do what other people aren't willing to do. Because, friends, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And I could have done that. I could have kept calling the police and calling animal control like the owners and managers have done at this apartment for 3 years, but nothing would have changed. Well, what they didn't do was think creatively, go out there, find out who the owner of this property was, go to their business, call them up, and really demand results and let them know that this was not appropriate. So I don't know if you get anything out of that. I hope you do. And if you do, you know what? Go out there and be a go-getter and do what others are not willing to do. So Casey Cavell, Always Open Storage. Appreciate your time.